So that situation happened. There was some friction, you
Sure,
know.
sure, sure.
So this other girl, I tell her about it, the second person, and she said, "What's up, guys? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now six-time international award-winning pop hip hop music duo band in Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And you are right now tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we get into it, need you guys to help us out. I need you to like. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment. And I need you to share this video. I don't know why I did that. It wasn't that big of a deal.
I was gonna ask.
Apologize. I want you to share this video with somebody who always wants you to support them and whatever they got going on.
Okay.
So in a previous Life's a Circus podcast, Jericho was talking about divorce. I know you're asking, how did I get to where we are right now? Stay tuned. He was talking about divorce, and he gave a what would you call it? An example from Kev on stage about how to keep your marriage.
Like a tip, some advice.
A tip, advice, from Kev on stage, who we are big fans of. Hit us up, Kev. But yeah, he said that one way to keep your marriage together is to, what was it? What the wallpaper?
Be excited about the wallpaper.
Be excited about the wallpaper, and basically he was explaining that his wife was excited about some new wallpaper that really wasn't his thing, but he showed interest in it, and he was excited about it, even though that wasn't he doesn't really deep down care about wallpaper, and because he says there's times when his wife would do the same thing, and that's how you kind of stay together. But
contradiction coming.
But it reminded me of a situation, or not a situation, a conversation I had with a young lady. I think it was earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year. And well, actually two young ladies. So there's the young lady that I had a conversation with, and the other lady who was doing her thing that she wanted me to support.
Okay.
So it's kind of like two separate stories. So let's go to the first lady who had the thing that she wanted me to support. So she was doing a thing, and I wasn't really feeling it. Like we were friends, you know. I both in the entertainment industry, and it's like entertainment is really like it's a really tight community, I guess.
Like a fraternity, yeah.
Yeah. You know, musicians and actors and dancers. It's like we're in a whole different we literally are in a whole different situation than like the quote unquote normal jobs, and our lives are just different.
Very different.
So we just like to support one another and stuff like that. And she was doing a thing, and it's just like, you know, I support you, but like I don't really like the thing that you're doing. And the reason why I didn't want to, I didn't support, because I didn't feel like it was quality.
Sure.
And I think that we've seen this a lot, especially in music. And someone's like, "Yo, support my music," and it sounds terrible. And you're like, I'm one of those people who I will sometimes be honest to a fault. Like, I don't want to go around telling people that their stuff is great when I really don't think that it's great.
Sure.
Even though I want to support them, it's not in a like I want to put them down. I just want to like be honest, and like I personally, and I know this, like I'm different from a lot of people. A lot of people just want to hear, you know, that everything they do is excellent. They just want to hear that. They don't want to hear anything negative. But I love it when someone tells me something negative, because then I know I got a real answer or real opinion, and it's like something I can work on to get better. If everyone tells you you're good all the time, it's just like whatever.
Right.
So, um, so that situation happened. There was some friction, you know.
Sure.
So this other girl, I tell her about it, you know, the second person, and she said, well, this was her statement, is that so, when you're supporting someone, it's not about you, it's about the other person. And so her point of view was just like, whether you're feeling it or not, you should support that person, whatever they're doing, just because it's about them and it's not about you. Um, and so I kind of disagree with that still, but I just want to put that into the Last the Circus podcast air and see what other people think about that.
That's a nice idea. I had the idea that you should support people because it's not about you. I can see that, but I don't think it's 100% accurate because it does become about you. If you are supporting somebody that you know isn't good, right? If you know they're not good, and like you say, it could be not good to you, but there are some people that I think everyone agrees they're not very good. They're just starting out, whatever. Maybe they get better, but then let's say someone that you respect sees your support for this person or thing or whatever, and they're like, oh man, I thought you had better taste in that. That can affect you if you're going basically co-signing for certain things that aren't. It's just like saying, yo, bro, go to this restaurant, it's awesome, it's my friend owns it, it sucks, but go. And then they go, if a person goes based off your recommendation and says that place was terrible, and then the next time you give them advice, they're like, I don't really trust you anymore. It can affect you if you do that. So as you're saying, the best thing to do is to be as honest as possible. Though supporting people is nice, and that comes in a lot of different ways. I even got flack from a friend who saw me repost a video of a guy that I know, and the guy was doing some music, and the friend of mine wasn't feeling the music, and he was like, yo, what are you doing, man? You know better than this. This isn't good. And I was like, well, I'm supporting a friend, and I respect their drive, their desire, whatever. Not everyone starts off hitting the ground running. Like, it's not always amazing to start. But I saw where he was coming from, because if you just didn't know me and just saw, oh, Jericho supports this guy, it's not that great. That's what he likes. His taste is awful. That affects me. It really does. And music being such a subjective thing, sure, but when enough people respond in a certain way, that's what starts to become the popular opinion. That's why things like Yelp are so popular. So support as an idea is really good, but I think from the person seeking support, it'd be good for you to have people around you that tell you you have something worth supporting. Because if you just go off of, oh, I think my thing is good, no one's told me it's good or not, but I hope it's great, and then you just go out there and say, check me out, and then you go like, man, that's not really it. Then you have to find out the hard way, or eventually someone's got to break it to you that, yo, you could use a little more improvement with that. So, but as an idea, it's great. Yeah, support people, but definitely support people that that you think are really on it, because it can come back to you.
So then translating that, how do you see that working with what you were talking about earlier and Kev on stage and marriages and divorce? Like,
oh, it depends on the thing. Okay, so for example, with marriage, the idea is basically it's a thing you don't care about. I personally have issues with not just saying that. Like, I don't care. Like, what do you think about this? I don't care. I have a lot of people in my life
that I don't care about.
No, not that. People that ask me a lot about things that I'm rather indifferent about.
Yeah.
And it's always like, I think they just want to know my opinion. And I'm like, I've never thought about this. I don't really want to think about it. And so if I just say that, it just shuts everything down, I think. And then when I want to talk about something, they're kind of like, well, you don't want to talk about my thing, which I get it. So it's a bit of the sacrifice compromise thing. You have to, but that's more between two people, and it doesn't as much influence everybody else. Because if everyone comes over my house and is like, your wallpaper sucks, I don't care, man. I don't really care, but I know people that would care. And so I also know that they wouldn't pick anything that's bad. So in a way, that's trust. Like I trust you to have a quality opinion or idea that I don't know about. I will rely on you. And that's another way of thinking about it. So I don't think it quite has the same like ramifications like affecting you, but at the same time, you want to be careful about anything that you support. That's just it.
Yeah, it affects the relationship. It's like, like the cliche of like, does this dress make me look fat?
Oh
It's
gosh,
like,
no, fat makes you look fat, bro. Get out.
yeah.
Like that's really you should stop asking that question. That's
it's like
really
it's like
lame.
you have the supportive. We all know that phrase, and you have like the supportive answer, or you have the real answer, and it's just like, especially as a guy, you gotta make a decision, like a life
Sure, because
decision.
her friends come back and say, "Hey, they told me I look fat, and then you said I didn't. Why don't believe you? Could you tell me whatever?" And then if you tell her just being on, I mean,
Uh,
I do think the marriages that I've seen that are a little more honest like that, it seems like, ooh, that's kind of rough. But I think in the general, they're happier because they're like, yeah, I'm with someone that I trust. They don't give it to me straight. And it might take
yeah.
a moment, but in the long term, I think that promotes healthy,
Mm,
healthy relationship. Trust builds trust for sure.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we're out of time, but that's been an episode of the Lifestyle Circus podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who always be wanting support, man.
Mm.
Because if you don't have the guts to tell them they suck, you can just point them to this video and give them a hint.
There you go. There you go. If you want
So yeah,
support, get some spanks.
a good push up, bro.
Or both. Or both. Or both.
All right, mate. We out.
Out this piece.
I need your support. Oh.
They took our job.